Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 448. The title of today's lesson is The Difference Between Grave and Serious. And we're looking at them both as adjectives, and sometimes students confuse. They may say, like, when should I use grave, when should I use serious? Okay, so let's take a look at the note here. If someone says that something is grave, it means that it is extremely or deeply serious, because it may lead to ending somebody's life. May hurt, damage your happiness, freedom, loss of income, etc. If something is grave, it makes people worry. So that's an important part. If it doesn't make people worry, you probably shouldn't be using grave. Okay, let's continue. If we say that something is serious, it can mean that it is not funny or not humorous. This is a situation where you probably wouldn't use grave. You just say that it's not serious, meaning that it's not funny. Or simply to stress the importance of the need to pay attention. Now, this is more general. So, to be honest with you, most situations that you could use grave, you could also use serious. Although grave has a deeper meaning and a stronger meaning. But in a lot of those same situations, serious could be used. Now, if you go the other way around, no, that may not be true. There are other situations where you can use serious, where grave is not really suitable. All right, let's continue. So again, here with the X, of course, this is wrong. So the first example, the plots of dramas are grave. No, this sounds weird. You should say the plots of dramas are serious. All right, so here you just mostly mean that it's not funny. It's not that funny. So you shouldn't be using grave for that. You should just say that they are serious. So they are serious in the sense that they don't make you laugh. It's not funny. It's not humorous. All right, the second one here. I didn't have many grave problems on my first day at work. Well, hopefully you shouldn't have grave problems. They sound too deep, too serious for a first day of work. Hopefully nobody's going to die or be injured or something like that. So here, serious should be used. I didn't have many serious problems on my first day of work. Okay, good. All right, now let's look at the next examples. Most of these next examples, you probably could use either grave or serious, but maybe a slightly different feel depending on which one you use. So let's look at the first one. If a pharmacist mixes up which medication to give a patient, it can have serious consequences or it can have grave consequences. Now, if you say it can have grave consequences, this might suggest more that, maybe the person takes the wrong medicine. Maybe they might die. Maybe it might not mix well, or they might be seriously hospitalized. So this is what we mean by grave here. Now, if you say it may have serious consequences, it sounds like the pharmacist can still get into a lot of trouble. But it just may not be, it's not as bad as grave. All right, let's continue. The conflicts and tensions are building between these two countries. It's a matter of grave concern or it's a matter of serious concern. So neither one is completely wrong. Grave sounds more serious. Grave sounds like, maybe they may start a war. Serious still sounds bad. Maybe it'll just be, a trade conflict or something. Okay, anyway, let's continue. It is a grave situation. They are not sure if they can dig those miners out in time. So again, this could lead to somebody losing their life. So here's one where we would probably use grave more. Could you say it's a serious situation? Yeah, that wouldn't be wrong. But grave might be better because, again, somebody's life could be threatened or endangered. That hospital made a grave mistake. Okay. And amputated the wrong patient's foot. Yeah, I've heard of cases like this where somebody made a mistake, they looked at the wrong chart, they took the wrong patient. They would be sued for a lot of money if they did this. But it's still a very, very serious mistake. Okay, good. So again, and we use grave with words like some of the ones I used in the example. We often say like grave mistake, grave situation, grave concern. These are ones where we often hear the word grave used with. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope you get a better sense and a better feel of when, when it might be best to use grave, and in most of these cases, you could probably use serious. Okay, anyway, hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.